First of all, congratulations and thank you for speaking to us. It's been 20 days since the Olympics gets over. How do you see the receptions you are getting across India after winning the two medals in the Paris?
When I had won the medals, I was not aware of what the situation is in India and how people are even if they are recognizing me or not. But once I got back to India, I mean the reception at the airport and then in Delhi, my house, and everywhere. I mean now today in Chennai. So I mean it's such a heartwarming experience for me, and I really am thankful for all the love and blessings that I've been getting for past so many days. And I hope this continues for a long time. And I'll keep working hard and trying my best to keep the country's flag high.
Okay. Right from the start, we knew you as a winner. You know, you won the 2016 at Engage Commonwealth Gold, World Cup winners, and the Asian Games Gold. Tokyo has not been that great for you. What changed from Tokyo to Paris? You know, Tokyo has been huge disappointment. In 4 years, what changed in Paris to Tokyo?
So Tokyo was in 2021, and after that it's been 3 years. Although I had a very bad phase also in between, but I think the bad phases, the hard times teach you so many things that good times cannot. Sometimes you have to go through the difficult phases in order to come out again and shine brighter. So Tokyo was definitely not a very good memory for me. However, I definitely took many lessons from Tokyo, and I would always say to people that if every memory, every good or bad memory is an experience. You put use to it. You put good use of the experience that you've gotten through it, and then analyze it, and then just use it in your future or in your present. So I took lessons, and no, despite of the bad phases or the struggles, I think it's always good to come back, and I feel great.
Is there anything you changed really after the Tokyo? In Tokyo, you are the number one, world number two. There is huge expectation. Is there anything you changed for the Paris from Tokyo? Learning lesson from Tokyo?
So in before Tokyo, I was world number two, and the pressure was, pressure was there this time as well. But last time around, I was very scared of what the outcome might be, and I think because of that only I tried to do better. And I think that is why I was not able to perform as good as I could have. So this time around, I was just like, I don't have to be scared. I should not be feeling less confident or anything about that. So I put in a lot of effort in my training days, and I trained according to my matches. I trained the situation was created, the scenario was created like the kind of situation you have in a match. So I trained for that, and I was not scared this time around.
There is no scare this time, obviously. Is there any inner voice you're telling yourself, during the Paris Games, when finals are going in the point differences? Is there any inner voice you're telling yourself to calm down or anything to win the medal? You perform the way you did.
Yes, and I've quoted this also many times, so I'll do it again. So there's this quote in verse in Gita that तुम अपना कर्म पूरी निष्ठा से करो और उसका मतलब उसमें उत्तेजित नहीं होते, कर्म करते समय उत्तेजित नहीं होते, अपनी पूरी निष्ठा से अपना कर्म करो और उसका जो भी आउटकम होगा, उसका जो भी रिजल्ट होगा वो आपके कंट्रोल में नहीं है, बस आपका कर्म आपके कंट्रोल में है. So this is the phrase that I always go by, and I try to carry myself that way also, that always just focus on your karma and not the outcome of it. If you'll give your 100% in your karma, the outcome shall be good only.
There is one more point, in your redemption story, there is a space for Jaspal sir. What he has been to you, why he is so important to you when you're coming back to after Tokyo? What Jaspal Rana means to you?
So he has been like a godfather to me, and my shooting style, my day-to-day life, he's brought back the confidence in me, and also like how I am as a person has changed quite a bit since Tokyo. So I think overall I would say that he's not just a coach to me, but also but so much more than a coach. Yeah.
And India finished with 6 medals in Paris, one less than Tokyo. There's been huge talk about like India has to do more, India has to win more medals. Now you've been in the sports for 8 years in the top schemes, and you know how the structure works. If you want to say 3 things India need to change to become more powerful in the Olympics? What it would be?
So the first and foremost thing would be that taking children when they are like very young according to the sport. For example, in shooting, you take thousands of kids who are aging between 10 to 15 years old, work on their physical strength, and then put them into shooting. I think like that you'll have to build a structure. For example, in gymnastics, maybe you will have to take a 4-year-old or 5-year-old and then train them in accordance to a competition level. So mostly what happens in today's time is that if the kid is inclined towards some sport, then he or she will play, and then the parents will support. And after a level, after they have reached a level, the government will start to support it. So I think we should lay more attention to this structural thing that take kids from a very young age, because other countries have been doing this and we haven't been doing this yet. Although we are progressing and we are moving in a very good direction, but there's a lot of scope for improvement.
Last question. There is talks about Haryana being the successful state for producing a lot of Olympians. Could you just take us through how sports has been part of the culture in Haryana? How sports government is doing things for players in Haryana?
So I would give you an example of how I grew up in my family. So sports is like an inseparable part of our day-to-day life. It's like day-to-day life for us. So when I was a kid, we used to wrestle around with our cousins. With even my dad used to teach us how to wrestle and all. So when we were like very very young, and then later on, like my mom took me to boxing academies, karate academies, and all, because it was like for me, I can't live without sports, and I have to do fitness and sports in order to keep myself up. So it's an inseparable part of everyone's life, and almost everyone's life in Haryana, which is why it's like it comes naturally. So when it becomes a culture, when sports becomes more like an inseparable part, it's like day-to-day life. So it becomes easier for the person also to be able to mold themselves like that and become a champion in that. And Haryana government has been really really supportive of many things. And I think that shows a very positive result also, how Haryanvi athletes have been performing well at international levels as well. But more importantly is the culture. It's the inseparable part that we have sport as our day-to-day life.